Joining me now, State Senator, Northern Virginia, Fairfax, Scott Surovell. Scott has just endorsed Kamala Harris for president, and we have him on the line right now. Senator Surovell, great to have you with us, man.
Hey, John, good to be on. How are you doing?
Good. Scott Surovell, you're the mover and the shaker in the Democratic Party in Virginia. You're the up-and-comer and getting into leadership, but you're a trendsetter. You came out yesterday in full endorsement in a senior position for Kamala Harris for president. You're also going to be one of her campaign chairs in Virginia. Can you explain to our listeners what inspired and prompted that choice?
John, I've watched her performance, her cross-examination of Brett Kavanaugh, of Bill Barr, of Mark Zuckerberg. The woman knows where she's going. She's got poise. She's got courage. She didn't let anybody push her around. I think she's got some excellent leadership qualities that I think will come through as this process plays out. And I feel like right now, I know you and I disagree about the presidential race, but I feel like right now a lot of people are looking for something very different in our president, and I think she has those kinds of qualities it'll really come out. Also, I think in terms of the Democratic primary process, I really feel like this race is between her and Elizabeth Warren. I think Joe Biden's going to fade away. I don't think Buttigieg is for real. I think he'll fade away as well. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be between Harris and Warren. And I like Elizabeth Warren too, but I just think Kamala Harris is a better choice, and I think she gives us the best shot to take the presidency.
Why are you throwing Bernie Sanders under the bus?
I don't think, but I like Bernie. Bernie's actually changed the dialogue a lot, and he's brought a lot of issues to the table that otherwise would have never been discussed in the way they're being discussed. But I just don't see Bernie as being electable or viable through the primary process. I mean, what is he, like 76 years old or something? I mean,
yes.
I just don't see the primary voters going for somebody of that age, and I think that's also one of Biden's biggest deficits. And I just think people are beyond picking baby boomers to be running our country. I think people are looking for something new and different.
Well, it certainly took some moxie to do this because, as you know, I expect McAuliffe to get behind Biden. I mean, that's part of the plan. And you're going to get the big endorsement there, and he's going to be twisting everybody's arm in the state Senate and in the House to back Biden. He's going to run the big fundraisers, and you're going to be on the outs. You're going to be in the outside of the establishment insiders in Virginia. So this took a little risk for you, didn't it?
I'm not unaccustomed to being outside the establishment, John. I mean, when I think I got involved back in the 2008 race, I think I was initially a Kerry Edwards person, and then I was an Edwards guy, and then after Edwards bowed out, I became an Obama guy, and at the time, most of the party establishment was with Hillary still. So, I mean, that's not unusual. We got this race is a long way to go. I mean, just remember that this time 20 years ago, Joe Lieberman was leading the polls in the Democratic primary, okay? I mean, Al Gore wasn't even on the register. Like, he was talking about running, but he hadn't even declared yet. But Joe Lieberman was 1, I think Kerry was 2, and Dick Kephart was 3. So, I mean, we're still very early.
That's right.
And I don't think the polls matter a whole lot.
Well, it is early, but it took a lot of moxie to come out front and center for Kamala Harris in a state in the Commonwealth of Virginia that's going to be just right after it's part of Super Tuesday now. So we're going to have Iowa, New Hampshire. I don't think Kamala Harris wins either of those. She's got to win South Carolina or she's toast. She probably has a shot there, and if she does that, she can. The next big state for her is going to be Virginia. And to get somebody of your caliber leading the effort, I mean, I think that for the Kamala Harris campaign, I think it's a big deal, Scott. I really do. It's a big deal.
I appreciate that, John. Also, don't forget that California is now on Super Tuesday as well. So I mean, there's a lot of
that's
votes
right. Yeah, she'll
come with that.
Yeah, she'll win that.
She'll clean up there.
Yeah, she'll win that. Right, but she has to win something besides that. It's like I remember in the 2016 campaign. I remember when I was running it for Trump here as chairman in Virginia on that Super Tuesday, I remember that Mark Rubio had to win Virginia. Like, that was their narrative on Super Tuesday was going to be like, yeah, Trump won the red states and Cruz won Texas, whatever. One swing state in play, that's Virginia. Rubio won that. That was their narrative. That's why they spent $2.5 million here. That was already written for him to get on TV after winning Virginia. And when we beat him there, it was over. I mean, his campaign couldn't recover. So Virginia can be pivotal, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. All right,
well,
Scott,
they should have known better going head to head with Barbara Comstock as their proxy against you. So,
I know, right? JF
and
versus
also,
Barbara
the whole
Comstock.
institution of the Republican Party back then was with Cruz, and people expected Cruz to do better than he did, but you guys surprised them. So.
Well, you know what? They were with Rubio and Cruz. Rubio had every elected official almost in Virginia, from Scott Ridgel on down. Cruz had a lot of the Southwest people, and they thought they had this big organization. We crushed them. Cruz got 17%. We were still laughing at that, much to the chagrin of my friend Bill Stanley, who was their chairman. Bill, we got 35%. You got 17%. You got crushed. But look, that was then. This is now. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it plays out. Scott, I got to ask you one more question, and then I got to get to McGuire. Senator Chap Peterson threw you under the bus the other day.
I heard he said I was a sourpuss.
You were a sourpuss, a whiner, a fair weather friend. You didn't believe in the Redskins, and he was sick and tired of your whining, and he was going to get somebody else to buy your tickets. What do you think of all that?
Well, first of all, Chap knows very well I'm Jewish, and so that's the way Jews are. Number one, he needs to remember that. But Chap is a true believer, man. He's a true believer in everything that he gets into, and it takes a lot to push him off. And I don't know what it's going to take to make him realize that the Redskins need a big, 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 big change. I mean, just every single year, there's one big moment that happens. It just makes it very clear to everybody that team is just not managed well. And this year it's Trent Williams. The Trent Williams situation is just a complete, total train wreck. And, Chap can keep defending him, but he's just sinking ship. He's going to go down.
Well, I'm going to make two. I'm going to make two predictions. Senate is going to be tied 20-20. That's number one. Second prediction I'm going to make: Redskins go 9-7 and make the playoffs, and then you're going to be begging us for tickets.
I hope so, but I don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I'm not even sure they really know who their quarterback is yet. But
yeah, but they got a great defense, and as my father said, defense wins championships. Scott, I got to go. That's what my father said. Defense, and the baseball said good pitching and good defense wins championships. In today's baseball, not so much.
No, it
John
hasn't worked for the
Fredericks
Nats,
Radio Network.
Yeah.
It is working for the Nats, no question about it. Scott, thanks for being with us. Scott Surovell, mover and shaker in the Democratic Party in Virginia. This is huge, folks. Huge. Surovell, chairman, co-chairman of the Kamala Harris campaign, endorses her publicly, puts Harris in play in Virginia. Scott Surovell's a trendsetter and really makes you think about what is going to happen in this race. Scott doesn't back people for the hell of it. He's got something going on. Scott, thanks for being with us. I really appreciate it. John Fredericks Radio Network, Scott Surovell backing Kamala Harris.